Hello, everyone, and welcome to Skintox After Dark.
Hi,
How's it
guys.
going? How are you guys?
Yeah, today
Pretty good.
we're lucky to have with us Mike Vivier from Vivier Pharma. And before we get into some questions, we just want to thank all all of you out there because Dr. Brent Howley, we had another 700 views on his video during the week, and a big shout out to Dr. Brent Howley if you're watching today. Thank you so much for such an informative 40 minutes with us during the week.
Just to let you know, guy.
Yeah, he's a top guy. Just to let you guys know what's coming up in the next week or so. On Wednesday at 2 p.m. Atlantic, 1 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to have Dr. René Van Aert on the show as well. So that's awesome news. And we're looking forward to seeing him. So please feel free to reach out to us, request any guests that you would like on the show. Any questions you have, you can see our Instagram handles down below for Aundrea and I, or the Skintox Instagram. And I'm going to let Aundrea take it away with Mike tonight from Vivier Pharma. Feel free, guys, to put any comments, and we will get to your questions. Hi, George. I can see your lovely comment. Thank you. Calling us gorgeous people. Thank you so much, George. We're not as good looking as you, mate, but we try.
Definitely not as good looking as you, George.
No.
I was on Skin Reviews the other day. I was like, how does one individual?
Yeah, he looks pretty good. So, Mr. Vivier, thank you so much for joining us. Such an honor to have you on the show. This is fantastic. So we just want Vivier is a Canadian company that I think everybody knows. So can you kind of explain a little bit about how the Vivier company started and what the early days looked like for you guys?
Sure. So if you know Jess, obviously my father, Jess Vivier, started Vivier Pharma. He was in pharmaceuticals for about 30 plus years and had sort of always had a dream of doing something in dermatology. My mom is also a nurse and has been on the clinical research side for many, many years. And so we had a very medical sort of background, or medical family, if you will. And my mom actually used so many different products and was really disappointed with them. They just full of empty promises saying that they're going to do all these wonderful things. And most products were a big letdown. And so my father's quest became to create products that would actually deliver results. And so back in 1997, we started playing with our first formulations of some vitamin C serums. And then lo and behold, 3 years later in 2000, we launched our first vitamin C serums into the market. And as a family, we actually started out of the kitchen of our house. We started making the products that were, the serums were made in the lab, but all the manufacturing, so the filling, the labeling, packaging was all done out of the house. So my brother, myself, my mom, and my dad, believe it or not, we're celebrating our 20th anniversary. It's been 20 years.
Wow.
So I'm certainly old. I'm only 37, but I started in the industry when I was 17, but it's been 20 years actually now in aesthetics.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's so fantastic. So, I mean, 20 years in the industry. So how far has the company gone? I mean, you guys are not just within Canada. I mean, you guys are all over the place now. So whereabouts are you carrying all your products now?
Yeah, so we have Vivier Pharma Canada, or Vivier Pharma Inc., which is out of Canada, and we have Vivier Pharma Corp., which is our American corporation, out of New York. So we're right across Canada in all the states throughout the United States. We have distribution in South America. We have distribution throughout the Middle East and also in Asia. So we're in about 20 plus countries now worldwide.
Fantastic. Congratulations. I mean,
thank you.
Yeah, that's so great. I mean, I use the product. I've been using it now. I think we've known each other for about 10 years.
I was gonna say, you and I are like the dinosaurs. We're so young, but we've been doing this now for a long time. We've known each other for quite some time.
That's right. Yeah. And I mean, I've been using the product for so long, and I have to say, it's so fantastic to see how much the Vivier company has grown over the past 10 years and the new products that you guys continually come out with. And it's really, really great to see your company. So again, congratulations to you guys on 20 strong years. That's fantastic.
Thanks. We've had an amazing team. I mean, as you can, Nathan is part of that. And success comes in a team. And we've just been blessed that over all the years, we've had just tremendous employees, and we've been very lucky and very blessed that we've been able to continue to do a lot of research, development, and launch really innovative products. And at the end of the day, which is really cool, is that the consumer is the one who is really in charge, and the feedback that we consistently get on our products and how much people really enjoy them and that they really do deliver results and work is what makes this whole thing worth it. That's why we do what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about your products. Sure. So like you said, your Vivier is known for its vitamin C line, and you have many different types of your vitamin C line. So can you explain a little bit about to us? So what is vitamin C? Why do we need it? Why does it work so well? And the different types that you guys have.
Sure. So first off, I mean, vitamin C is so essential to playing the cofactor in the production of collagen, the most abundant protein in the body. And collagen is what gives us our volume. Vitamin C also is an antioxidant, which again helps to slow down or prevent the aging sort of process. So it also gives a nice healthy glow to the skin. It also helps with evening the skin tone. So vitamin C plays a huge role in not only our diet, but also in our skincare. The challenge with vitamin C is that it's really hard to keep stable. And then it's really also very tough to get it to actually penetrate and absorb into the skin and to get it to be effective. And that's really, I think, what we've been able to do with our vitamin C's is be able to have a product that's stable, it's going to be delivered into the skin and deliver results.
Ah, fantastic. So, and you carry a few different types of vitamin C's as well. Can you explain a little bit about the different ones that you carry and why?
Sure. So we have a full range of vitamin C serums, ranging from serum 10 and a 20. So those would just be your straight vitamin C serums. So that would be typically for somebody that would be a little bit of an entry point or a younger patient who's still got a lot of collagen, a lot of volume, but we're looking to be a little bit more preventative. We have a range of products like our C peptides and our Kinase C, and then some of our other serums for more pigmentation that are geared towards more of that, our middle aging or chronological aging. And then we also have like, for example, vitamin C or Grancine with polyamines, which is for, again, a little bit more of a mature patient when our skin starts to thin. So that more of that hormonal aging, we're able to give that skin more volume. We're able to thicken the skin back out. So we really have a range of different vitamin C's depending on sort of where we're at in sort of that aging cycle and depending on the type of skin condition that we're wanting to treat.
So you mentioned the Grancine line.
Yes.
I use the Grancine line myself, and I really love it.
I do as well.
Yeah, it's such a really great line. Yeah, and you see such beautiful results with it, and a lot of beautiful glow to the skin with that line. So can you explain kind of like what is the Vivier, the Grancine line, and one of the secret ingredients with your Grancine line is the polyamine dab. Can you explain that a little bit to our viewers as well?
Sure. So polyamines are actually quite new. We're the only company in the space that's launched polyamines. Polyamines, we've actually done a lot of research over the vast amount of like 20 to 30 years. There's been a lot of time, energy, and money spent on trying to understand the full role of polyamines. What we found is that they're basically, we call them the building block of life. So when a sperm actually meets an egg and our cells start to divide, polyamines are really responsible for helping with that cellular differentiation. So when our cells are dividing, keeping the cells healthy and making sure that they're doing what they need to do. So polyamines will play different roles in the skin, but it's sort of like the lowest common denominator of keeping good skin health. What we found is that polyamines are really also responsible for keeping hydration in the skin, so preventing what's called transepidermal water loss, or that drying of the skin. So polyamines play a multitude of roles in terms of skin cellular function, but also hydration. So when you combine that with also vitamin C, we're getting some really, really nice effects. And so we have the range of products with a vitamin, like a serum with polyamines. We have an eye cream, a neck cream, and a body cream. I'm using all of the products, especially the eye. I have some wonderful before and after photos of actually myself that I'd love to share with you guys at some point. But I've just seen tremendous results. Actually, it was from Nathan when we got back from Cosmetic Update.
Yep.
I realized that it was a very long year, tiring year. We'd been working hard, and I started looking at my under eye area, and I was like, wow, I'm actually starting to age. So I started really upping the game with Grancine Eye, and even myself, I've been able to see just amazing results. So polyamines are just a really, really cool new molecule. It's something that's proprietary and unique to Vivier. We're really excited about that, and it's a really great new breakthrough technology.
That's amazing. That's so fantastic. So no wonder why it works so well. One little question I want to throw in there, which I didn't have on our list, but hyaluronic acid is like huge in the field right now. Can you explain a little bit? Does that kind of go in conjunction, say, because you have your Ultimage product that I use all the time. Can you explain a little bit about hyaluronic acid and why that's so good for the skin as well?
Yeah, so I mean, hyaluronic acid plays a really, again, important part in the hydration of the skin.
Yeah.
We make and convert hyaluronic acid every day. And again, as we start to age, our skin, all the cellular processes become a little bit less efficient. And so that's where polyamines help to bring back that efficiency. But hyaluronic acid, it's really important to put that back into the skin, again, to offer a bit more of an internal hydration. Hyaluronic acid has the ability to bind and to retain about 1,000 times its weight in water, which is really critical. So just like the fillers that you do such a beautiful job with, in terms of the HA fillers, it's really an essential part to, as we start to aging, to add back fillers and products like Ultimage that contain hyaluronic acid.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's switch gears a little bit. I'm also a big fan of your chemical peels. So you have two. You have your Vivier peel and your Jesner peel. So can you kind of just explain a little bit about why somebody would use a chemical peel, what the differences are, and the benefits?
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought this up, because I think chemical peels are so overlooked now by many clinics. We used to, in yesteryears, do a lot of peels, and I think the market kind of forgot about them or moved a little bit away from them. But peels are so critical. So our top layer of our skin, right, the stratum corneum, can become thicker, can become sort of dull, damaged, dry. So what's really nice and unique about chemical peels is that they're very quick, they're very effective. Our new peels and the new technology have very little downtime, but the whole idea is to exfoliate and to shed sort of that older skin, that dead skin that's on the surface, to get down to healthier skin cells, so that again we have that beautiful, healthy glow. We have a healthy skin on the surface. So peels are just so critical. And so we have a Jesner peel, which is your typical Jesner, which is a 14%, 14, 14, 14 resorcinol, lactic and salicylic acid. What's really important is that the pH has to be at the right level. And we also added in some really cool peptides that help to reduce inflammation, so you can keep that erythema down when you're, or that redness when you're having or doing peels, and that you get a quicker healing response afterwards. But both of our peels offer very little downtime. And then we have the Vivier peel, which is a modified, or what we call a slightly modified in terms of the ingredients peel, or we would name that a lunchtime peel, which is very quick, not necessarily as strong, but again, we're going to get that exfoliation, that coup d'éclat, that beautiful glow in the skin. It's just a great thing to help start or kickstart or boost a skincare regimen or the at-home regimen. Peels are wonderful to be used in conjunction also with lasers and other procedures in the office. So I always like to, and I always advise of taking a multimodality approach to treating the skin. And I mean, Aundrea, you know that very well. The best clinics will take a multimodality approach where they're incorporating many different technologies and peels into it. But I really think that coming back from COVID in the market, I really hope that the clinics in Canada put a big focus back on peels because they are a tremendous value to a clinic, but also to patients.
Yes, absolutely. And you guys have so specific kits that you give to clients that for specific needs, and you can incorporate that. So say if they did like a hyperpigmentation kit, then sometimes you can add a peel, say every 8 weeks, every other 6 weeks or something like that while they're going through the kit as well, which will just kind of, again, just give you that beautiful glow and vamp up your differences as well with your products.
Yeah, Nathan. I called Nathan the kit. He's the system king.
I love that.
He if there's anyone on this planet in the aesthetics business that understands the value of kits and systems, is Nathan. He's done a tremendous job, not only in around Ottawa but across Canada, at bringing and getting clinics to understand the value of a system approach to skincare. There's no one product that will do everything. You really need to prepare the skin, get it ready. So cleansers and toners are very essential to prepping the skin. Then you need to treat the skin. So with treatment products, along with all treatment products, you really need to have a proper hydration protocol. And that hydration step is so key. That goes hand in hand with treatments. The derms and dermatologists know this so well. Hydration protocols are really key, especially because a lot of the oral medications that dermatologists, even a lot of the topical ones that they're prescribing, have side effects. So hydration protocols are really key to that. And then the last part is protecting your skin. The most important is a sunscreen. I wear a sunscreen every day. There's not one day that I would go without it. And I was actually on a run out this way, started running. Can you imagine that?
Good for you.
Was it?
And it wasn't running out of beer and then running to the store to get some more. Actually, so there was actually a couple that it was stopped on just down the road, and they were applying sunscreen on their walk. And as they ran on the other side of the road, I congratulated them and said, "Guys, it's so amazing to watch you putting sunscreen on." It was actually an overcast day, but I think everyone knows now the value of protecting your skin. So those kits are systems. That system approach of taking the 4 sort of major food groups of skincare and putting them together is just critical. And so I always often say it's like our diets, right? There's 4 major food groups. There's 4 major food groups in skincare, and we've combined all of them in a simple, easy to use kit. That again is, those kits are perfect for post-procedure, but be it neurotoxins or fillers or lasers or other.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, Mike, I'm not going to let you get away without me asking a few questions. But before we do that, I'd just like to cheers everyone.
Cheers
tonight. It's
cheers.
Friday night.
Friday
We're
night.
in isolation. I hope we're all staying safe and look after your families. So, let's talk a little bit about the skincare market, Mike.
Sure.
There's so many products out there. There's so many different lines, and for a consumer, it's so confusing, and there's so many terms that get used in the market. I would really like you to explain to us the difference between, say, a pharmaceutical line versus a medical line versus a spa line. Could you talk to that for us, please?
Sure. I love demystifying this because there are so many marketing messages out there, and every company has got their own sort of slant or take on how they're positioning their products. In the eyes of Health Canada and the FDA, it's very simple. Products fall into 2 categories. You're either a drug or you're a cosmetic. And then in the drug category, there's many different types of drugs. The same as cosmetic, there's different types of cosmetics. So it depends on the type of product that you have. If you look at Vivier, Vivier is a pharmaceutical company. So we're licensed by Health Canada and also the FDA. All of our products are made in a pharmaceutical facility, which is GMP, which is called Good or Greater Manufacturing Practices. So all of our active ingredients in our manufacturing is all done to pharmaceutical levels. And then what happens is then companies, because we sell our products to physicians, a lot of companies will say that they're medical grade. So medical grade or pharmaceutical grade or spa grade are actually sort of more marketing terms than necessarily more legal terms. So again, I go back to saying always there's the two major categories. You either have drug products or cosmetics. They fall into those two categories. And then there are a lot of companies that don't have a pharmaceutical establishment license, are not making drugs, and they're making these claims that they're either pharmaceutical or medical grade, or I hear cosmeceutical, which is kind of a hybrid, which are made up. And then you have spa grade, right? So spa grade tends to be more natural products, which is more of a lighter or natural approach. With those products tend to have a little bit more fragrance, or a little bit more about the experience than necessarily it being about delivering results. And so that was a hard thing for me to really understand in my position, because we make products that work, is that not every consumer is necessarily looking to have crazy results. There's a lot of people that want to use products because of the experience. They want to take the time to relax. They want it to smell good. They want it to feel really nice. And, they know it's helping their skin, but they're not really necessarily looking for major changes. They're just looking for hydration and these types of things. So it's kind of neat, but at the end of the day, Vivier is a pharma company. We deliver results. Everything's pharmaceutical grade. If you will, it's medical grade, because our products are being used and recommended by professionals, and we have a lot of products that are really quite strong. And when you start having higher levels of ingredients, the better grades of ingredients, and then Vivier, like, we are one of the only companies that has a patented delivery system, the intradermal system, to get ingredients into the skin. You really need to make sure that you have the right product for the right person. And so that's really where nurses, estheticians, and physicians, their experience, clinical experience, comes really in hand with making sure that patients get the right products, so that they don't have a negative experience around treating their skin condition.
Thank you for clarifying that, Mike. Now, we're in isolation. How many weeks has it been now? I'm losing track.
I think it's like 8 weeks or so. I guess. Okay. I don't know.
So
I've cut my hair twice. That's all I know.
Yeah. We're in isolation, and I never thought I would say this, but isolation skin is becoming a real thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
People are feeling drier, more irritated. They're feeling like their skin is a lot duller than it normally is. And I think it's because we're going through a different moment in our life. We're staying inside a lot. We're not getting outside. Yeah. Maybe our sleeping patterns are a little bit different. There's a lot more stress and anxiety in the air. So can you talk to us about some techniques or some ingredients that we could use to help us with our isolation skin?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we all know it. I mean, when you stay inside, unless you have, a humidifier built into kind of your central air system, especially this time of the year, with it being so, like today, cold and almost, and then we had snow in Montreal, and I think, Nathan, you said that you had some in Ottawa as well.
Yeah.
So the temperatures are changing rapidly. Humidity changes. When we stay inside can be really quite dry. And then also we're using a lot of hand sanitizers, these types of things. So our hands can become very dry. As you said, Nathan, I mean, these are a bit, they're stressful times, and with anxiety and all these types of things, it can change definitely our full system and our skin. I've really actually been trying to take better care of my skin. I have more time. That's why I'm glowing. I've been taking better care of my skin. But yeah, I mean, so your typical ingredients, if you go back to the major things, is we talked about hyaluronic acid, vitamin C. Those are key and critical. You have retinols. Retinols are really quite nice. Again, to be used appropriately, because again, too much of a good thing can become a bad thing. Retinols are fantastic when used properly. Really, you have peptides and products with peptides, and then you also have sunscreens. And we're heading into those summer months, and even in the overcast days, it's really quite amazing how strong the sun is. So as we start to emerge and we start to go back outside, it's going to be really important for everyone to ensure that they're wearing a sunscreen.
Cool. Now, we're all stuck at home. We're missing our treatments that we can get in clinic. We're coming up to Mother's Day on Sunday. we know that there's a lot of people watching that carry Vivier products. Can you maybe talk us through some at-home treatments we can do with our current Vivier products that we might already have on our shelf, where we can maybe jump in the bath and pamper ourselves, or around the vanity pamper ourselves for like 20 minutes to 40 minutes with some Vivier products? And talk us through some like routines that you suggest we should be doing.
Yes, I love it. Actually, I've been doing this almost every day, second day with my kids. And I have such a newfound respect for estheticians because I give them a facial every day. So we actually set up a seat, a little chair in the bathroom, and we have like all of our towels and our water, and we have all of our products. And they love it because they get to sit there for 20 minutes, half an hour, and I massage their face and do the whole sort of protocol. But yeah, I mean, so I just keep it very basic, where if you're, again, cleansing the skin is so key, especially right now with, COVID and viruses. We have our Exam cleanser, which is a broad spectrum antiseptic, antimicrobial. So that's such a great product, especially for now. I mean, everyone's talking about keeping our hands clean, but we're talking about not touching our face, keeping the mucous membranes and the sort of face clean of bacteria. And Exam is a really great product for that. So we've been doing Exam and scrub, and then basically some moisturizers. More importantly is also the mask. So we have our ultra hydrating mask, which we've coined the term. It's like having a glass of water for your skin. I love it. It's crazy how hydrated you can become. And it just happens that we have a Mother's Day promotion on right now at Vivier. So if you purchase $250 of product, you actually get a free mask. So right now it's such a great time. That mask has a value of $69. So it's quite an awesome thing. So we've been doing a lot of masks around the house in the evenings. It's quite fun. Put it on for 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You can wash it off. It's just a great time to pamper yourself. I mean, if there's ever a time like these types of times that are this situation, taking that time for ourselves and taking care of ourselves is just so critical. I think it's just not only great for the skin, it's great for our mind. It's great for everything.
Awesome. So all you husbands out there and all you sons and daughters,
mask for the ladies.
Yeah, treat your wives and mothers this Mother's Day with a nice facial with some Vivier products. So I've got a couple more questions before we wrap it up tonight, Mike. There's a saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? So if we talked about our ABCs of skincare, if there were maybe 2, 3, 4 ingredients that you think is your go-tos for a great skincare routine, what would they be in your opinion?
Always, first and foremost, is going to be vitamin C. So these are the things that are been proven for such a long time to play a critical part. Outside of that is your vitamin A, so your retinols. I mean, that's just so critical. You have your peptides and your polyamines. Those are those are the natural sort of building blocks of the skin. And as we age, our skin becomes less efficient. So you really need to add those back in. Having good moisturizers is always critical. And then the big thing is the sunscreen, right? So good broad spectrum sunscreens. Ours are UVA, UVB, and I offer partial UVC filters. Outside of that, they have some bioflavonoids and some some added antioxidants, these vitamins, things like that. But a sunscreen is just so critical. So I like keeping it simple to the ingredients that have been proven, that are known to work. We need them, and as we age, we just become less efficient at getting these things from our nutrition and making the most of them in our skin. So adding those key ingredients back that are natural, if you will, in a holistic way to the skin, that's really how we view treating aging. It's not any more complicated than that. The skin is a very complex, sort of our largest organ in the body, but it works in a very, very in a complex way, but in a simple way, right? So as we age, our skin just becomes less and less efficient at what it's doing. And if you can take all those natural components found in the skin and add them back in, that's really the key to anti-aging.
Thank you, Mike. Last question. It's a little bit off topic, but are you organized for Mother's Day? And what did you help your kids get for your wife? And what did you get for your mom?
So getting, and I mean, I hope they don't see this because I haven't given it to them yet, but so basically just got my mom and my wife actually some jewelry, which I ordered online. It's been taking a tremendous amount of time for it to come, but we made homemade cards, and then more importantly, we're going to pamper them. So give them a chance to rest through the day, and we'll make them breakfasts. Usually I make my wife and with the kids breakfast in bed, and it's just a day to thank everyone, all those moms, all the most important people in our lives. I mean, moms they're everything, right? I mean, if you look at what moms do for their families, their communities, it's just tremendous. I mean, my wife goes above and beyond for our kids every single day. So I think it's just such a nice time to recognize that. And it's not so much what we got them, it's going to be, we spend time together. So we're going to probably go for a really nice bike ride, and we're planning to do maybe a really nice picnic, something like that throughout the day, and just a chance to spend time together. And really at the end of the day, it's just to, consistently thank her. I know she probably just wants to sleep all day. And I don't blame her. I mean, trying to take care of a household of Viviers. I mean, that is a large task.
So before we wrap up, thank you so much for your time, Mike. We really, really appreciate it. Congratulations to you and the Viviers for 20 years.
Thank you very much.
It's unbelievable for a little family-owned Canadian company to survive, not just survive, be a market leader in an industry that is so competitive and is going to continue to be competitive when we come out of this isolation patch. Thank you to my co-host, Aundrea. And
thanks.
Yeah, before we let you all go, I would like to wish all the mums, the grandmums, the aunties, all the second mums, the step mums, and all those mothers or mother figures out there a really, really happy Mother's Day on Sunday.
Absolutely.
It's kind of nice that we're in isolation because it means that you've got nothing to do but spend time with your family, and that's what Mother's Day is all about. So
that's the most important part.
Yeah, if you're a child out there, or if you're a husband or a boyfriend, make your wife, partner, or mother feel very, very special on Sunday. And we look forward to seeing you all on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Atlantic, 1 p.m. Eastern. And we've got an amazing guest in Dr. Renee Venat. So thank you guys, and good night.
Thanks everyone. Thanks, guys. Thanks for everything. Take care.